Yeah, just in time for the bulletin tonight. This is Look Up Weekend. My name is Brian Amuai. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Angel Lois. These are the top stories tonight. On Look Up Weekend tonight, hundreds of Kenyans displaced as floods continue to ravage different parts of the country. Also tonight, the long wait is now over as the dialogue committee releases its report, which the president has given the green light.
Hiyo ya 50% nimefanya tayari kupunguza hiyo by 50%. Ile wanasema ipunguzwe by 30%, mimi napendekeza hata tuongeze ikuwe 50%.
Wanaenda kwa virambu, wanakunywa pombe, wanakunja usiku kuangamiza wakaanji wakangai.
Nao watu wametuangaisha.
And two suspected chicken thieves lynched by angry mob in Mwea, Kirinyaga. All right, remember you can be part of the program by engaging us on our socials. Satamoi Brian, that is on Twitter at Lookuptv, or X at Lookuptv. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube. So be sure to send your feedback on those particular social platforms, and I'll be sampling some of it as we continue with the program tonight. Let's begin this bulletin with matters floods. Now, the Kenya National Highways Authority has announced that Tana River has broke its banks, causing flooding between Madogo Town and the Tana River Bridge. Now, this comes at a time when the Kenya Red Cross has announced that the floods have killed more than 90 people in the country and 31,160 people left homeless. The government has further allocated 2.4 billion shillings to deal with the emergencies and rescue the affected victims.
Following the heavy rains being witnessed in the country, the Kenya National Highway Authority has notified the public on the broken Madogo-Garissa Road due to raging floods. Through their X account on Sunday, they said the section is between Tana River Bridge and Madogo Town. Kenya National Highway Authority notifies the public that Madogo-Garissa Road has been cut off. The affected section is between Tana River Bridge and Madogo Town. This follows a major washout at Komapunda near Mororo. Motorists and pedestrians are advised to avoid this section of the road. The authority has further said that they are assessing the situation and will give reports on the same. The heavy rains have made it hard for the rescue organizations discharging the operations as roads are washed away. The situation is worsening in Mombasa County after the Red Cross Society of Kenya succeeded in rescuing 4 people who were trapped in a septic underground drainage system at Makupa roundabout in Majengo Mvita sub-county. Addressing the press at the disaster site, Mombasa Governor Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir offered his condolence to the bereaved families, assured residents of quick recovery operations to be done within 24 hours.
Miili ambayo kwamba tumeweza kuitoa jana yakiwa yako hai ni 4. Miili ambayo kwamba tayari yashatoka ni 2. Mwili ambao kwamba bado uko ndani ni 1. Lakini pia vile ni muhimu tuweze kuelezana kwa sababu wale wenye katika maeneo ya majengo mpaka maeneo ya ziwani, baada ya barabara kujengwa, ile drainage walioiweka hapa, drainage 4 zote kwa pamoja ambazo kwamba mapana yake ni milimita 900. Ikawa sasa inaingiana, wale waliojenga hii barabara walijenga milimita 600. Sasa 4 za milimita 900 kuingia kwa 600 na mivua yakiwa ni hivi, itakuwa haiwezekani kwa sababu itakuwa sasa unapeleka maji mingi kwa sehemu ambako kwamba tuna.
The floods have affected 33 out of the 47 counties in the country, with the coastal, northern and central regions of Kenya being the most affected. More than 17,600 acres of land have been destroyed, with 13,400 livestock death reported.
Sisi sasa hatuna mbuzi, hatuna nini, kila kitu yetu imebebwa na maji, makuku nini, sisi sasa tuko maskini kabisa. Hata sasa hivi nye tuko hapa, hata ile mbuzi moja ile ulitoa kwa maji hata hatujui maliko. Sisi kabisa ni waathirika ambaye tunaenda tu, Mungu ndo anajua mambo yetu.
John Matava, Lookuptv.
Now, President William Ruto has called on all Kenyans to exercise more patience as things continue to fall in place. Now, speaking at a church service in Roysambu constituency, Ruto expressed confidence on his leadership, saying that the only difference between Kenya and first world countries is the policies and decision-making process. Ruto also congratulated his efforts in reducing the cost of maize flour, attributing it to the heavy downpour that is currently being witnessed in the country.
The personality of His Excellency the President might not change, but our attitude and our outlook will definitely change.
Kenyans will be needed to be more patient and wait for the Kenya Kwanza leadership results. These are among the statements that dominated the air during our church service at Priesthood Fellowship Church in Roysambu constituency from leaders who had accompanied President William Ruto.
Na haya maneno mengine yote nataka kuhakikishia Wakenya tuwe na subra na mambo yatakuwa sawa sawa, si ndio? Kwa hivyo tuweze kushirikiana, tuweze kuwa patient, and I believe that we have the best president, we have the best leader in this country who will take Kenya forward.
Bearing the same ideology, when President Ruto stood up to address the congregation, he explained that the only way Kenya can reduce her cost of living is through increased production rate, saying that the heavy rains being experienced came in handy since unga price has started going down.
Niliona wengine wanasema ati waziri amesema unga itapungua next month. Unga itapungua next month. Namna gani? Na unga tayari ndio hii. Same time last year, wakati kama huu mwaka uliopita, unga ilikuwa shilingi 230. Leo ukienda kwa soko utakuta 135. Imepungua haijapungua?
Ruto continued to praise the Kenya Kwanza form of leadership, claiming that the government's efforts to curb rampant unemployment among youths is taking shape under the new affordable housing project, which has seen 120,000 young people being employed so far. As they anticipate to create 300,000 job opportunities immediately, the projects will be launched officially in the country.
Mpango yetu ni kufikisha watu kati ya 1,300 ama 1,400 wanaofanya kazi once we roll out our program in full. Kwa sababu hawa vijana tusipowapangia vile watapata kazi, watasumbuka, wataingia kwa madawa, wataingia kwa ulevi, wataingia kwa uhalifu, na sio makosa yao, ni kwa sababu wamekosa vile ya kutumia wakati wao na nguvu walio nayo na masomo walio nayo.
The president, however, added that the only difference that defines first world countries and third world countries, it's their decision making.
Tumekuwa tukijisumbua na kujiuliza maswali makubwa kama Wakenya. Mbona sisi tulianza na watu wa Malaysia? Mbona sisi tulianza na watu wa Singapore? Mbona sisi tulianza na watu wa Korea walikuwa kama sisi? Lakini wao sasa wako first world. Sisi bado tuko nyuma. Tofauti ya wao na sisi ni maamuzi ya uongozi.
Additionally, Ruto was saddened towards the poor learning conditions in Nairobi County, saying it's a shame this being the country's capital city.
Tumeweka shilingi bilioni 1 ya Nairobi County kujenga mashule ya watoto wetu hapa Nairobi County. Nataka wale watoto wote wanaishi especially in the informal settlements, hao wabunge, na nitashirikiana na wao kuhakikisha ya kwamba we build an additional 3,500 classrooms in Nairobi so that all our children have an opportunity to go to school.
Ruga Ival, Lookuptv.
Now, the National Dialogue Committee that led to more than 42 sessions after the bicameral House approved 90 days to be conducted and recognized the negotiations came to an end yesterday. Now, the leader of the majority in Parliament, Kimani Ichung'wah, represented the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, while Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka represented the Azimio coalition. Now, yesterday, 25th of November, the committee members officially unveiled the report, awaiting to present it before the two national leaders and thereafter before the two houses to discuss the next course of action. Stanley Lugaria gives us an in-depth report of the bipartisan talks.
Other members of the National Dialogue Committee included Embu Governor Cecil Mbarire, Senator Aaron Cheruiyot, Omar Hassan Omar, and Catherine Wambelianga representing Kenya Kwanza, while the Azimio representatives included the leader of minority in Parliament Opiyo Wandayi, Amina Mnyazi, Eugene Wamalwa, and Senator Okongo Omogeni. Both parties are appointing technical teams. The Kenya Kwanza side represented involving lawyer Dr. Muthomi Thionkolu, Dr. Linda Mosomba, Dr. Duncan Ojwang, and Nick Bikete, and the Azimio side including Jeremiah Kioni, Professor Adam Solo, Abubakar Zain Abubakar, and Lynn Goge. The sessions that kick-started at the Bomas of Kenya 3 months ago after the committee received proposals from the public and related leaders anchored on the 5 points as agreed on, including organizations, representatives, together with the president and previous key government officials. Saturday marking the 89th of the 90 days of the negotiations, the committee unveiled the official report and signified the agreement of 5 important agenda, which include the sensitive issue of electoral justice and related matters, including for the year 2022, reforms and reformation of IEBC, evaluation of the 2022 election process, time for the resolution of presidential election complaints, and election legal reforms.
On this 25th day of November 2023, the National Dialogue Committee, established through a parliamentary process of the people's representation, is proud to midwife to the people of the Republic of Kenya the NADCO 2023 report. We are indeed proud to unveil the National Dialogue Committee's report, which has been electronically submitted to the principals representing both the Kenya Kwanza and Azimio la Umoja leadership. It is our firm belief that the report has addressed the issues that form the basis of the talks, and the recommendations therein will progressively heal our wounds.
In the second issue, which is the cost of living, the committee recommended government institutions to reduce their travel budgets by 50%, calling on the parliament to amend the constitution to provide an equal allocation to county governments not less than 20%.
Will be available to the country on the areas of agreement and the areas of disagreement, as we have highlighted briefly. And so this is important, I think.
On the third agenda, NADCO has agreed for the approval of the 3 main financial allocations in the Constitution, the NGCDF, NGAF, and the Senate, and then financial allocations for ward representatives.
Government shall amend the Constitution to provide for the equitable share to the county governments not to be less than 20% of all revenue collected by the national government from the current 15%.
The committee further settled on the establishment of 2 state offices. NADCO has faulted stubborn politicians and warned them against not remaining loyal to their respective political parties, while demanding the establishment of an independent authority to control political parties.
For establishment and entrenchment of state offices, NADCO further recommends the establishment of the office of the Prime Minister to be nominated and, upon approval by the National Assembly, appointed by the President, responsible for the registration of political parties and their office holders and the management of political parties' funds, a role currently vested in the office of the Registrar of Political Parties.
What awaits now is the committee to forward the report to the 2 national leaders, President William Ruto and Raila Odinga, before presenting it to the bicameral houses for the next course of action.
There is a divergent opinion on a few issues that have been referred to the leadership of the 2 coalitions for further consideration.
Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv.
All right, that report by Stanley Lugaria will be taking us to a first break here on Lookup Weekend. Continue engaging us on our socials at Lookuptv, that is on Facebook and on X and also on YouTube. Do tell us where you are watching us from and what you think about the stories that we are running today. And we'll be sampling some of your feedback as we continue with the program tonight. Right now, I take a break. I'll be back with more stories in just a few.
And growth story.
The story we're telling today is a story of passion in practice that grows into business.
We have partnered with the Youth Fund, talk to as many youth as possible and work with them, hold their hand.
It is an expose of captains who have decided to take on challenges in different sectors and industries within the country.
My mentors had also not started as CEOs. They grew up and they showed me how they grew in the organizations. So that's what motivated me to actually do international business. And it was a good experience.
As an individual, support in bridging the care gap, part of me also to offer a solution. I want to leave this world a better place than I found it.
This is the Captain's Arena. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage.
As the night falls, we come to life to bring you a comprehensive broadcast from the numerous events happening across our 47 counties.
When it breaks, it matters, and each story is important.
If it's Thursday, join me, Nancy Lima, and my able panelists as we break down the law jargons and analyze the Constitution in a way only you can understand.
The news cycle never stops, neither does time. We cover each and every sector and present to you factual and accurate occurrences. This is where facts win the day. Join me,
Nancy Lima,
Ian Keitani, Tuesday, every Wednesday,
Thursday,
as from 9 p.m. on The Insight, only on Lookuptv.
Are you a junior secondary school, a college, a TVET institution or a university and you want to advertise your intake? Book now and advertise with us today on both Lookuptv and all our digital platforms. Call us today or email us on sales@lookuptv.co.ke.
Right, thank you so much for staying with us here on Lookup Weekend. Like I said, continue engaging us on our socials at Lookuptv, that is on Facebook and on X, also on YouTube, where we are live, and we'll be sampling some of your feedback as we continue with the program tonight. Do tell us where you are watching us from and what you think about the stories that we are running today. It is your nation. You need to have a comment away from that. President William Ruto has given the green light to the recently unveiled National Dialogue Committee report, saying the recommendations are okay and will be implemented. Now, this comes as different leaders their dissatisfaction with the report. Eugene Wamalwa voicing his dissent over the committee's report, insisting on the alleged omission of crucial cost of living concerns. Now says he has embraced recommendations from the National Dialogue Committee report. Addressing congregants at the Priesthood Fellowship in Kahawa West, Nairobi, the president advocated for not just a 30% but a 50% reduction in government spending, urging leaders to live within their means for Kenya's progress.
I want to congratulate all the teams that were involved in the dialogue process. They have come up with recommendations. I have seen the recommendations. They are in good stead. All the recommendations they have made, they are practical. We are going to work on those recommendations to reduce in areas they have recommended, to do whatever they have recommended in Parliament. Those that belong to the executive, I will make sure that we execute without any delay.
Members of Parliament allied to President Ruto have rubbished some of the National Dialogue Committee proposals in the report. Speaking in different occasions, the members, led by Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro, said the proposals will subject the Constitution to a referendum that will affect the economy of the country.
I believe it is the wrong timing to discuss about those things. Secondly, I believe it is the wrong timing to put Kenyans into a contest. Kwa sababu nimesoma katika hiyo report, most of the things for them to be actualized will need a referendum. Kenyans cannot afford another time of contest. Kenyans can only afford time to work because our economy needs work. Ama nyinyi watu wa Embu mnasemaje? Mnataka referendum? Mnataka prime minister? So mimi nauliza kwa heshima, vile walisema beleni wale watu wa opposition.
Other legislators allied to the ruling coalition are calling on the head of state to leave the National Dialogue team report to members of parliament so that they can scrutinize and discuss the proposals.
Hiyo report nimeisoma, inaongea maneno ya elections, inaongea maneno ya cohesion, inaongea maneno kidogo sana ya cost of living. Lakini kuna kitu moja mimi nataka kuomba, especially wakati sisi tuko hapa kama vijana. Mimi nataka rais hiyo report atuachie sisi tuikarange kule bunge. Mimi nataka rais atuachie hiyo report.
National Dialogue Committee member and the Democratic Action Party Kenya leader Eugene Wamalwa has voiced his dissent over the committee's report, insisting on the alleged omission of the crucial cost of living concerns. While addressing a congregation in Tingolo Catholic Church in Busia County on Sunday, the former Defense Cabinet Secretary pledged to abstain from signing the report and rejected any seating allowance associated with it. All right, now still on matters, National Dialogue Committee report. After behind the scenes haggling that saw the midday announcement pushed to 5 p.m., the National Dialogue Committee, co-chaired by National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, convened the meeting at 8:20 p.m. at Hilton Garden with the most of the agendas citing the high cost of living. Let's take a look.
Hello? Hello? Hawa ni waoga.
Early this year, the country was rocked by chaos as Kenyans took to the streets to protest the high cost of living. It was an anti-government campaign that was spearheaded by the opposition, leading to the formation of the National Dialogue Committee to discuss the issues that were considered the bone of contention. The bipartisan team sat, deliberated, disagreed to agree, and now their time has run out, and the results of that deliberation is what Kenyans have been waiting with bated breath. The report after the talks.
When Kenyans went to the street, they went to the street because of cost of fuel, cost of oil, cost of unga, generally cost of living. Now, there was no one in the bipartisan committee, the way they were constituted, who was an economist. Because an economic solution calls for an economic problem calls for economic solution. So if bipartisan were made of politicians, MP, senator, and they are not economically qualified to address the economic situation, there will be no solution which is economic. What is happening in Bomas was a political process. It was not an economic process.
The cost of living debate became the last subject of deliberation. Fred Ogola argues that it might have been for show.
Yes, because remember that when Raila Odinga met with William Ruto in Mombasa, mandamanos have never taken place. Raila's interests and Ruto were discussed that time. And Gachagua said it. Mambo yaliisha, Mombasa, I'm not the one speaking. This is the deputy president who told you that I am the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Expect nothing out of Mandamano, the amount out of Bomas. So it's not my words. The things ended there. These ones were just a way to manage Kenyans, school temperance, and then just Kenyans will see unga where it is, oil will be where it is. In any case, it's getting worse.
High taxation has been a subject of debate, making life unbearable. The FKE released a report that 70,000 Kenyans have already lost their jobs.
FKE released the results by saying there's investor flights leaving the country, isn't it? Job losses are taking place, isn't it? With all these taxes and the rest, cost of living is going up. Wage bill is having a strain. Cost of creating new jobs are taking place. Youth are extremely unemployed. Yet they're cheating you because the Finance Act has been passed, isn't it? Finance Act cannot be withdrawn now. And the Finance Act has been passed by who? The same government. Who is sitting in Bomas to discuss about cost of living? Only a fool can wait for anything to happen in this government.
What next for Kenyans?
Kenya should reject this report because one, I can say one thing is that it has not solved why we went to Bomas. Because if it has not solved it, why should we accept it?
5 points issues that were political in nature made it to the table for deliberations, with most, if not all, being debated on their constitutionality.
I would see a lot of illegalities in the report. One, the leader of opposition is illegal in the constitution because the leader of opposition is Opiyo Wandayi, leader of minority. He should offer that position at the moment, isn't it? And if they want to change the structure of government, you can only do that by going to the referendum. So they cannot propose something because the constitution protects the structure of government, isn't it? Musalia Mudavadi's position is equivalent to the DP's position. I told you, look at the JD. And we are in court challenging it. So what we said that is very clear is that the only way to change the structure of the executive, because you said Musalia Mudavadi is a prefect of the cabinet secretary, isn't it? The structure of government says that the ministers report directly to the president, not even the deputy president. So you create a prefect in charge of ministries, you are destroying the structure of government. Okay.
A nation that came to a standstill because of anti-government protests, and one whose citizens are hanging by a thread as they struggle with the high cost of living. Their fate now hangs in the 10-member team report. Brian Amwai, Lookuptv. Nairobi. Away from that now, 2 suspected chicken thieves were lynched in Kangai village, Mwea West sub-county in Kirinyaga County, while one luckily escaped death after angry residents set one ablaze, decrying rampant chicken and livestock theft in the region.
The angry residents of Kangai village in Mwea West sub-county, Kirinyaga County, alleged 2 suspected chicken thieves claiming they are the notorious gang, giving them sleepless night over increased animal theft and insecurity in the region, while one among the 3 suspects luckily managed to escape the menacing crowd.
Na kuna vitu ambao wameshikwa nazo kama kuku, mbuzi na zile zingine wametoroka nazo, na kuko na wengine wametoroka, tunatafutana na wao, na pia saa hii wanatafutana na wao.
Hatujafanikiwa kwenda kanisa kama venye imekuwa desturi yetu, ni kwa sababu leo tumeamshwa tu na kamza za hapa na pale, ambapo tumeshika wezi wawili wamechomwa na mmoja ameweza kupotea na mbuzi. Ndio sasa tumekuja pahali hapa.
According to the residents led by Damaris Warimu and Pastor John Washira, the 2 alleged suspects have been terrorizing the residents and stealing their valuables, an act that prompted them to take action. This follows several reported cases of theft.
Imetuleta hapa nyuma, unaona kuna watu wengi, kuna watu wawili wamechomewa hapo, na hao watu wametuangaisha kwa hii kijiji yetu.
The residents now call on the authorities to beef up security, with the area assistant chief Jen Wawira calling on the residents to let justice take its course.
Sisi tumeshika wezi wa kuku, jakto na mbuzi. Haturarangi huku juu ya vijana. Vijana wetu wamekuwa wezi, wanatembea huku, wanaenda kwa vilambu, wanakunywa pombe, wanakunja usiku kuangamiza wakaanji wa Kangai.
Regan Lemeguran, Roninga ya Lookup.
Now away from that, 16 couples have tied the knot in a joint wedding in Embu County that was attended by friends and families rather. Now the leaders who attended that particular event called on the couples to promote families and maintain the family unit.
Love filled in the air at PCEA Church in Majengo, Embu County, as 16 couples tied the knot in a mass wedding attended by friends and families. Leaders in attendance emphasized the importance of having strong family units that will promote coexistence among communities. Azimio Coalition are warning Kenya Kwanza government against the tension between them and the former Kakamega County Governor Wycliffe Oparanya.
Kenya Kwanza, kama mmeona mshindani mzuri sana wa president mwaka wa 2027. Kitu ambacho mnaweza kufanya kizuri sana ni kuchukua yeye na kumweka awe rais. Lakini kama mmeona kwamba Wycliffe Oparanya ndiye amekuwa mshindani ambaye mmeogopa, tungependa kusema mwachieni nafasi aje nilese, na koti tafadhali msitumiwe kama chombo cha kugandamiza wa Kenya ambao wanajua kutafuta.
Claiming that the president has no right to fight anyone because of his political differences. Also, they asked Kenya Kwanza to respect Oparanya's will to vie for 2027 presidential seat. Elsewhere, Siaya County has received an allowance of 1.97 billion shillings from the market program planned by the Kenya Kwanza, while Dr. Charles Onyango says that these projects will be implemented in 4 phases. Konyango confirmed that these resources will be given to bidders who qualify for the tenders, saying that they are expected to complete the project in a period of 8 months. In addition, the Speaker of the Parliament, Moses Wetangula, urged the leaders of Kisii County to give priority to the residents of Kisii, saying that the devolution is meant for the citizens. Wetangula commended the area residents for their industry in economic development and production of food for the country.
Kuja kuleta pesa mashinani ili tukiwa na barabara ndogo mtu wa Kisii afanye, kwa sababu mtu ya Migori ana pesa yake, mtu ya Kakamega ana pesa yake. That is why we ring fence devolution to assist the ordinary people to lift them up.
Ivy Wangulu, Lookuptv.
All right, now we do want to take a second break here on the program. When we come back, we'll be coming back with sports news.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park, fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Jaza mfuko na chapa kila nusu saa. Cheza tatua 3 na 10 bob 2 na ushinde jaza bonus ya 10,000 Kenya shillings kila siku. Istoshe, ukicheza na 70 bob au zaidi, utakamua guaranteed bonus ya shilingi 5,000 dakika 30 zijazo. Si hayo tu, jaza keja na home makeover. Jaza parking yako na a brand new tuk-tuk au pikipiki. Hapa ni kujaza na tatua. Nenda kwa M-Pesa, chagua paybill number 150 chagua namba zako 3 za bahati kati ya 0 na 9 ukifuatanisha na neno Lookuptv. Cheza na kati ya shilingi 10 hadi shilingi 1,000 na ujaze mfuko na chapa kila nusu saa.
Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. This message has been approved by the BCLB.
Are you an SME looking for a media partner? Look no more, as Lookuptv got you covered for all your visibility and marketing needs. We at Lookuptv understand your business needs and want to work with you on your marketing journey, giving you solutions that will take you to the next level. Call us today on 0707 572 358 or send an email to sales@lookuptv.co.ke and kickstart this amazing journey. Welcome to Lookup TV, your official SME media partner.
All right, time to get sporty tonight. Now, Philemon Kipchumba of Kenya emerged the winner at the Shanghai Marathon, a World Athletics Platinum Level road race. Now, the 25-year-old clocked 2 hours, 5 minutes and 35 seconds, setting Chinese all-comers record ahead of Alphonse Felix Simbu of Tanzania and Solomon Kirwa Yego of Kenya, who finished second and third, respectively. Now, Sekafa Under-18 Championship entered day 2 today as Zanzibar and Tanzania national football teams kicked off their campaign in the first Group B matches, which are with a 1-0 win for Zanzibar against South Sudan, while Tanzania emerged victorious after a 1-0 solitary goal.
Omari Hassan hakuamina kwa ile ngoma. Kwa kuweka Shabangalia aliweka nzuri kakwenda alikajaja ndani kijana Sharif Hamis Wilson ndani ya dakika ya 14 akafanya mazaga free kick tamu kabisa. Angalia pasi ilikuja lakini hakuangalia anapiga ngoma ile wapi kakwenda nje kabisa. Ikawa Anthony Remy Mpemba akakataa kata hapa ukahisi memesa Mkenya huyu referee wa FIFA akawa ameshakuamua ni kona na kiukweli hakukuwa na kuna ngoma pale. Omari Hassan hakuamina kwa ile ngoma.
All right, now national women's football team Harambee Starlets received boost as the Czech Republic best midfielder Majlina Kesa and India best defender Phoebe Witi joined the camp for training ahead of their first leg group stage match of WAFCON 2024 qualifiers against Botswana on Wednesday at Nyayo National Stadium. Now, the return leg match is set for the 5th of December this year in Botswana.
So far the camp has been great. The mood in the camp is amazing and you can see all the players and coaches are ready to face Botswana. Qualifying for AFCON is a great opportunity for Kenya as a country and especially for the players and coaches because it's a platform for them to get an exposure and also to get a chance to qualify for World Cup.
Mimi naweza sema 19 ndio itaamua. Na tuko camp watu wako positive, morale liko na tuko sawa. Na kitu mimi naweza ambia mafans wakam kama last time watuchie watupe morale na tutashukuru.
Now, the family of 2 times Boston Marathon champion and the Eldoret City Marathon director Moses Tanui received the body of their son Job Kipto Tanui at Eldoret Airport. Kipto passed away last month this year in Ontario, Canada, and was a student at Mohawk College in Hamilton, Canada, where he has been schooling for the last 2 years. All right, 45 minutes past the hour. It's a good time to say good night and goodbye here on Lookup Weekend. Listen, it has been an honor and a pleasure to bring you up to date with the news making headlines across the country today. And thanking you for always trusting us with this task of making sure that you are updated. We do not take that for granted. Let me take your feedback here. Humphrey Akugui Wawanda says, okay, I'm not going to read that, but thank you so much for your feedback, Humphrey. We do not take that for granted. Thank you so much once again. On behalf of everyone that made it a success tonight, I do want to thank you so much for watching. That starts with my director, Jay Momanyi, the digital team, where we have Nasha Kagwa, and the whole team that is making everything behind the scenes to make sure that I look like this on air and you get the news seated in your living room, without any issues, right? Let's do this again tomorrow on the Spotlight. My name is Brian Amwai. It is a Sunday night, so I believe that you're going to be having a good week ahead. If you're staying tonight home, good night. If you're going out, take care. Good night.